Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to those for elect. It's your brother Tazior with the GMS Pittsburgh camp coming at you with the lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, putting the spirit on me to do this lesson in the Lord's will. It is edifying to the sheep and to the flock of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose forefathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are indeed the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, and it's time for you to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, this lesson is going to go into having patience and understanding that vengeance and revenge, it all belongs to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and that we must stay patient. We must suffer these things, man. Okay, we must suffer the things that we go through in order to that we may be able to receive the reward, man. Doing the work, all right, and staying patient, man, and suffering these different things, because we know that these sufferings and these different things that we're going through, that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is putting us through, is for the betterment of us, man. Okay, like it says in Ecclesiastes 2, how we got to go through that trial trial, man. Salakia. How we must go through the fiery trials, man, as gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the fire. And it talks about acceptable men basically going into adversity. Salakia, let me get it real quick. I don't want to butcher it. Salakia. All right, Ecclesiastes 2, all right, verse 5, it says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." You see, so just like how gold it's pure, man, but it has to be purged through what? Through the fire, to get the impurities out of it, so that way it can be that pure gold, man. The same is with us, man. The Lord is purging us with the different things He is purging us with, in order to get out all the impurities, man, so that way we can be perfect and one with Him. Okay, with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, so this is Romans 12 verse 18. It says, "If it be possible, as much life in you, live peaceably with all men." And yes, that's all men. Okay, you know, we must exercise patience in this faith, man, and apply it to our daily lives, man, because the Lord is going to put you in numerous situations where it's going to require you to be patient. Okay, the scriptures talk about a man that's quick to wrath. Give me 1 second, Babak Shah. I gotta find it in give me 1 second, Babak Shah. Give me 1 sec. Ooh, yep. All right, so this is James, James 1 and 19. Yep, James 1 and 19, it says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of the Most High." You see? So that's why I said we must exercise patience, man. You know, we're going to go through, again, numerous things, especially, you know, now that we're coming up closer and closer to, Jacob's trouble, man, and all hell breaking loose. We must exercise patience, man, having faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that whatever situation we may come upon us, that the Lord is going to get us through it, man, and guide us through it. All right, however He sees fit, just hoping and praying that the end of it is in righteousness. Okay. But we must exercise that patience. We must exercise that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and understanding again that all things obey His will, like it says in Ecclesiastes 18. All things obey His will, and He controls the left and the right, like it says in Isaiah 45. Okay, I create peace and make evil. I make the light and create darkness. I, Yahweh, do all these things, man. The Lord is in control, so we must understand that revenge is His, man. So again, taking all these different things that we're going through, you also have to remember that we're going through these things because of our disobedience to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because we went off as a nation, that's why the curses are cleaving to our nation to this day. But we're seeing the shift of the curses cleaving unto the other nations, the heathen. Like it's like the Lord said will happen, man, in Deuteronomy 30 and verse 7. Okay. So going back, all right. It said, dearly beloved, verse 19, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. You don't think that the Lord don't see all the things that we're going through? You don't think that the Lord isn't angry about all the different things we're going through, man? How the heathen, beat us, talk down on us. Like we don't have the power. Like our power isn't the only living, true, great power. Of course, but we must suffer these things, man. Okay? Let me get this real quick, just to back up the point. This is Psalm chapter 7 and verse 10 and 11. It says, my defense is of the Most High, which saveth the upright in heart. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. You don't think, and there's things that we don't even see, man. You don't think that the Lord sees it. You don't think the Lord's not angry at Esau. You don't think that the Lord's not angry with the 2/3. You don't think that the Lord's not angry with these different heathens. Of course, but we must stick to the path. We must stick to the mission, okay? And that's doing the work and fearing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right? And doing what's commanded of us, which is all hand in hand, okay? It says, all right, this is Deuteronomy 32. Also to back up Romans 12, it's Deuteronomy 32 and verse 35. It says, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense. And that's the point, okay? That's the point in that precept, man. You see? Oh, actually, Salakia. Let me continue on. It says, their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. You see? So again, the Lord sees all these things, man, happening. And guess what? It's all getting built up on a tab, man. And the Lord is going to come with that receipt. Okay? He's going to come with that tab and that receipt like, hey. And what does it say? Revelation 22 and verse 11, I believe. Actually, let me get it. Instead of trying to, let me just get it, man. Revelation 22 and verse 11. And that's not 11. That's not that one. Verse 12. It says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. You see? So the Lord's coming with the reward, whether it be for the elect, which is a righteous reward, or the wicked, which is a condemning reward, man, a harsh judgment to them, to whoever those individuals may be, But the Lord sees it all, man. But we must understand that we got to go through these things. We must be patient. Okay, we must suffer. And we must have faith. And we must fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. I cannot exaggerate that enough, man. The fear in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because guess what? If you don't have that fear now, the Lord's going to instill that fear into you later. And you ain't going to like the way the Lord's going to install that fear into you, man. Okay? The scriptures talk about it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power, man. Okay? And a lot of people are going to fear the names Yahweh Yahushai, man. Very, very soon, man. But us, we must fear now, man. Praying for more fear in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Why? Because that fear keeps you in that straight gate, man. It keeps you in order. It keeps you keeps that structure, man. It's a reminder of, hey, make sure you get your shit together. Do what you got to do. The Lord could fuck you up. The Lord could do X, Y, Z to you. It's a reminder, man. It's a structure of, oh, all right, hey, I was bullshit. Let me get back on track for the Lord fucked me up, or the Lord will have to do something to you, or the Lord will do something to you to remind you, hey, I'm still watching you, whatever the case may be, man. But we must fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Okay. This is Psalms 37 and verse 7. It says, rest in the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they shall inherit the earth, man. The Lord understands our anger, man. The Lord understands our frustration. The Lord hears our cries, man. The Lord understands that we are vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. Just like our forefather Lot. The Lord understands, but we must continue to what? Fight the good fight of faith. We must continue to keep pushing forward, to keep pushing towards the goal, to keep pushing to the mission, to complete the mission in hopes that we might receive the reward, man, that we might receive the promise because we know that we have in heaven a better and enduring substance, man. Okay? We want that crown. We want to be heirs with the Yahushai, man. So we must push through these different things, man, that we got to go through. All right. And understanding that we cannot take matters into our own hands, man, because doing that, you're not walking by the spirit, but you're walking by the flesh, which is carnal, man. All right. And the Lord has enmity with those who operate in the flesh, man. All right. And you don't believe me? Let's get it right here. Romans 8. Just to show you what I'm just to back it up. Romans 8 and verse I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse 5, it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Let's get that word enmity real quick. Real quick. Enmity. It says the state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. You see? Let's see if we could get anything else. What? I don't know what that is. Well, Salakia. I don't know what that was about. Anyways. Yeah. All right, yeah, that's pretty much the point. Let's get some synonyms for it. Conflict, hatred, abhorrence, malice, opposition. All right, you pretty much get the point. All right, so going back, it says, but the carnal mind is enmity, so it's opposing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. What was another word? Hates the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the carnal mind, man, because it's operating in the flesh. It's not operating in the spirit, man. So those that operate in the flesh, they cannot please Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You see? All right. And I'm going to close out with this. Is Acts 14 and verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man. So Lord's will, this was the point. We must, Lord's will, the point was made. All right, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakha Kudash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's your brother Taziar of the GMS Pittsburgh Camp. Till next time, I want to say Shalom, Wa Abad Baba, Shalom.